second graders, Miss Diorio here from Citizenship Academy, and we are on to Module 5, Lesson 14 today. Make sure you have something to write with and something to write on, and we'll get started. So today's lesson, we're going to be working with both our place value charts, our number drawings, and the algorithm, so the vertical method to subtract. And then we're going to figure out how we can check that with addition. Okay, so that's our objective. We're going to start off with an application problem. So I'm going to have you try this on your own. It says, Brienne had 23 fewer pennies than Alonzo. Alonzo had 45 pennies. How many pennies does Brienne have? So in my mind, I'm thinking I'm going to make a drawing so that I know kind of who has more, who has less. So Alonzo has 45 pennies. I know that. Brienne has 23 fewer pennies than Alonzo. So that's my information. Now I want you to pause and solve this and figure out how many pennies Brienne has. So come back when you're ready. Good. So if she has fewer, she has less pennies than Alonzo. So I'm going to set it up as a subtraction problem. 45 minus 23. And we get 22. So Brienne has 22 pennies. Thumbs up if you got it. Good job. All right, keep this in your brain. We're going to go on to part 2 of the word problem. So Brienne has 23 fewer pennies than Alonzo. Alonzo has 45 pennies. How many pennies do Alonzo and Brienne have together? Okay, so now we're taking the information from the last one and putting it with this one. We want to know how many pennies do Alonzo and Brienne have together. So I'm going to again draw a picture, and I have to figure out how many all together. I want you to pause and solve on your own and come back when you're ready. Good. So if we're doing all together, we're adding. So we have 45 plus 22, and that gives us a total of 67. Alonzo and Brienne have 67 pennies altogether. Thumbs up if you got it. Good job. All right, let's do some fluency practice. For this, I'm just going to have you say it out loud with me. So we're going to move numbers to the nearest 10 to subtract. What I mean by that is you see 16 minus 9. Now, an easy way to think about this is to start by just taking 10 minus 9. We know what 10 minus 9 is, right? Easy peasy. That's just 1. Now, from here, we still have 6 extra ones that we didn't use here. So we got to add those 6 extra ones in, right? What's 1 plus 6? Awesome. What's 16 minus 9? Beautiful. See how that works? So we're using the problems we know to solve for what we don't know. Let's try another one. 15 minus 9. We're going to start off with 10 minus 9, which is what? Beautiful. And then now we need to add in those extra ones that we didn't have before. So what's our next number sentence going to be? Good. 5 plus 1, and that's going to give us 6. So 15 minus 9 is? Beautiful. All right, next one. This one's a little bit different. Now this is minus 8. So we're going to start off with, again, 10 minus 8. 10 minus 8 is? Beautiful. Now we're going to add in our extra ones. What's our next number sentence going to be? 2 plus 3. Good. 2 plus 3 is what? Awesome. Sorry, that was my puppy. 13 minus 8 is going to be 5. Beautiful. Let's do another one. Again, a little bit different. Now we're doing minus 7. 15 minus 7. So we're going to start off with 10 minus 7. 10 minus 7 is? Good. Now we got to add in our extra ones. What's our next number sentence going to be? Yep, 5 plus 3, and then we're going to get 8, and 15 minus 7 is 8. Awesome job. All right, 16 minus 7. Our first step, 10 minus 7. What's 10 minus 7? Perfect. And then what's our next number sentence going to be to add in those extra ones? 6 plus 3, and that's going to give us 9. Good. All right. So for this one, what I want us to do is take this number sentence, which kind of looks a little bit scary and big. We're going to break it down and we're going to say it in unit form. Now remember, in unit form, you're telling me the number of tens and the number of ones. Okay, so take a second, talk through how we would say this number sentence in unit form. So you'd say the number using the number of tens and the number of ones. Okay, so go ahead and try that and then we'll go over it. Just say it out loud. Good, so take it one number at a time. So I'm going to start with 77. In the number 77, we have 7 tens and 7 ones. So that's going to be 7 tens, 7 ones, minus 2 tens, 2 ones. Okay? Now from here, we can subtract our tens and our ones. So what's 7 tens minus 2 tens? 5 tens, beautiful. And what's 7 ones minus 2 ones? 5 ones, good. I'm going to show you on here too. 7 tens, 7 ones, 2 tens, 2 ones. I'll show you using the vertical method. So if we show it like this, we subtract our ones. 7 minus 2 is 5. 7 minus 2 is 5. We have 5 tens, 5 ones. And what's that number? 5 tens, 5 ones. What does that equal? 55. Awesome. All right, let's try another one like that. I want you to tell me this number in unit form. Same thing as the last one. Tell me this number in unit form. Good, so let's start with 88. It's going to be 8 tens, 8 ones, minus 33 is 3 tens, 3 ones. Okay, now what we need to do is subtract our tens and our ones. Here we go. So we're going to start with our ones. 8 ones minus 3 ones is how many ones? Awesome. 5 ones. 8 tens minus 3 tens is how many tens? 5 tens. So we get 5 tens, 5 ones. And what's that number? 55. Beautiful. All right, let's do one more. Tell me this number sentence in unit form. So let's start with 66. We have 6 tens, 6 ones, I'm just writing it on my whiteboard, minus 4 tens, 4 ones. Now we can subtract our tens and our ones. We have 6 ones minus 4 ones is how many ones? And then 6 tens minus 4 tens is how many tens? Awesome. So we have 2 tens, 2 ones, and that gives us what? 22. Awesome job. All right, I'm going to skip this one for now because I want to get into our concept development. So make sure you have your paper and your pencil out for this one. So we're going to go through this together so that I can show you how to check your work and add back in. And then I'm going to have you try it on your own. So our first problem is 584 minus 147. On our place value chart, what are we showing? Are we showing both numbers or are we just showing one number? Good. Because it's subtraction, we are just showing our whole. We are just showing that 584 on our place value chart. Because it's subtraction, we are not showing the 147 because we're going to end up crossing those off. So we start with our whole, 584. What is our first step? to subtract our ones, right? Can we take 7 ones from 4 ones? We can't, right? So what do we need to do? I restarted it. Good, we gotta cross out a 10 and move it over. So I'm moving my 10 over. So now I can cross out my 7 ones. So let's cross out those 7 ones. Oh, let's change it on our algorithm. And then we're gonna cross out those 7 ones, and we end up with 7 ones left over. Now we can do our 10s. We have 7 10s now because we crossed one off. 7 10s, we're gonna take away 4 10s. Let's cross out those 4 10s. And how many 10s do we have left over? Beautiful. And then we can do our hundreds. So we have 5 hundreds, and we gotta take away 100. Let's cross one off. And how many do we have left? Beautiful. And we end up with 437. Now, what we can do is check our answer. To check our answer, we're gonna add our 2 parts together and see if it equals our whole. So think of this like a number bond. So our whole is 584. That's the number we have on our place value chart. That's the number we started with. That's our whole. One of our parts is 147. The other part that we think that we got correct is 437. Okay? Now, just like when we do small numbers, addition and subtraction, we can manipulate these numbers, we can subtract, we can add, we can do whatever. So this problem was 584 minus 147. What we can do to check our work is to add our 2 parts together. So let's add them together, and if our work is right, we should get 584. So let's check it. Okay, 7 plus 7 is 14, moving my 10 over. 4 plus 3 is 7, plus 1 is 8. And then I add my hundreds, 584. Did we get it? Yes, we did. So that's how we can check our work, okay? All right, I want you to try this one on your own. 637 minus 253. I want you to show me the algorithm, show me the vertical method, and show me the place value chart. Remember, this is subtraction, so on your place value chart, only do the whole. All right, so pause and solve, and then come back when you're ready. All right, here we go. Let's start with our ones. I'm going to take away 4 ones. I don't need to move anything over. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm going to take away 3 ones, end up with 4 ones. Now, my 10s place, I have 3 10s, but I need to take away 5 10s. So I'm going to cross out 100 and move over my 10. Now I have 13 10s and 5 hundreds, and I can subtract my 5 10s, and I get 8 10s left over, and then I could do my hundreds, and I end up with 384. Thumbs up if you got it. Awesome. Now let's check our work. Same way. We're going to add our 2 parts to make sure they equal our whole. Our whole is 637. So let's add our 2 parts. 384 plus 253. So let's add our ones, add our 10s, and add our hundreds. We get it? We did. We checked our parts together, added them together, and it equaled our whole. So our answer is correct. Okay? For your exit ticket for today, what you're going to do is solve it with the vertical method and place value discs, and then use addition to check your answer. Add your 2 parts together and make sure they equal your whole. That's how you're going to check to make sure your answer is correct. All right? Good job.